Hi there, in this video we're going to learn about multiplying binomials with a leading coefficient of 1. That's what this, that's a equals 1 means. So what does that even mean? We're going to talk about multiplying binomials means multiplying expressions with two terms. Binomial, bi stands for 2, and how to multiply them and simplify them. So you might have seen or heard some of your teachers call this process FOIL. FOIL stands for first, outer, inner, and last. I don't necessarily like to think of this as FOIL myself because this can apply to more than just binomials. So I like to think of it as using the distributive property repeatedly. So here's what I mean by that. And I'm going to kind of explain what I mean by example. And I have two different ways to explain this, but I want to show you what I mean. So when I'm doing, here's what I mean by distributive property repeatedly. Here I have two groups. I have this group here, w plus 3, and I have this group here, w minus 6. Everything in this group, w plus 3, has to be multiplied by everything in this group, w minus 6. So here's what I like to do. And I draw this out every single time on all my papers. When I do this, I always draw out these lines, these arrows. So I'm going to take my first term, w, and I'm going to multiply it by everything in my next group. So w times w and w times negative 6. Okay? Then I have to multiply my second term by everything in the other group. So then I'm going to do 3 times w and 3 times negative 6. So now that I have my arrows drawn out, now I actually write out what I have to do. So this gives me, the first pink one was a w times w. So I'm literally going to write out w times w plus, next, w times negative 6. W times negative 6 plus, now I'm here, 3 times w plus 3 times w, and 3 times negative 6 plus 3 times negative 6. Okay, now I'm going to multiply this out, and I'm going to simplify, which means I'm going to combine together my terms that are like terms. So zoom this a little bit so I don't run out of space. So w times w is w squared, not 2w. W times w is w squared. W times negative 6 is negative 6w. 3 times w is 3w. 3 times negative 6 is negative 18. Now I'm going to combine together my terms that are like terms. Remember, like terms have the same exact variable. So here I have w squareds. Here I have a w, and here I have a constant. So my only like terms that I can combine together are negative 6w and 3w. And you want to think of negative and positive numbers like money. So I would think of this as like, if I owed you $6 and I paid you back $3, well, I would still owe you $3. So this would ultimately be w squared minus, because I still owe you $3, minus 3w minus 18. Now this is your final answer. Now for some students that doesn't make sense. So I came up with this other way, let me move this out of the way here, on how to do these same kinds of problems by drawing out a box. So what you can do is you can take each group and you can place it here and here. So I'm going to place my left group, this group, here. And I'm going to place my right group on the top. Okay? So I have w plus 3 and w minus 6. So now to fill in the boxes, you kind of trace. And so see like how in this first box right here is outlined by a w and a w. That means w times w. That's w squared. This box right here has a negative 6, and then I kind of trace with my finger a w. So if you kind of like match your fingers together, I can't do this on my iPad because I can't touch two things at the same time. So I would do a negative 6 times w, which would be negative, oops, I'll do it in a different color. Negative 6w. This box right here is a w and a positive 3, which gives me 3w. And this box right here is 3 and negative 6. You multiply them. 3 times negative 6 is negative 18. And then you want to combine together your like terms. See these guys? They're like terms because they both have w's. So I'm going to add them together. This gives me w squared. 3w plus negative 6w is negative 3w minus 18. It gives you the same answer. It's just a different way to look at how to multiply and a good way to check to make sure that you didn't forget to multiply every first term by everything in the next group. So I want you to try one now. X minus 3 times x minus 5. Here I want you to pause the video so you can try this on your own, and then I'm going to work it out and you can check your answer when you're done. So when I do this, I'm going to multiply out x times x and x times negative 5, negative 3 times x, and negative 3 times negative 5. I'm going to actually write it out. Once you get good at this part, you don't have to write out this step. You can do the multiplication in your head. X, so now I'm going to have x times negative 5, and I'm going to write it out. X times negative 5. And I have negative 3 times x plus negative 3 times x. Last, negative 3 times negative 5 plus negative 3 times negative 5. I multiply these out. X squared minus 5x minus 3x plus 15. Remember, a negative times a negative is a positive, and I'm going to combine together like terms. Here I have x squareds, here I have x's, here I have constants. I combine together only my like terms. Negative 5x minus 3x is going to give me negative 8x plus 15. How'd you do? If you didn't get it right, it's a good chance to, start over your problem. Like, erase your whole problem or just start over, cross it off and try it again and do it until you can get it right. If you have any questions, let me know. Good luck.